Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the last round of the Legends stage. Maybe you've just seen the match Punch versus Undervalued. Of course, won by Undervalued. So they have qualified for the champion stage here. And today we will see another team qualify for the champion stage. Will it be Default or will it be Potatoes? That's the question. And those are the teams we will see today here. On the blue side, we are seeing Potatoes play with Mr. Yakov, Kus, Instrumental, Zen1, and SVG. On the other side, we are seeing Default playing with Luke, Chili, Madeline, Proximo, and CJ. I think it's a highly competitive game, to be honest. These teams are very close to each other. Maybe a small edge from Default, but we will see. We see Kus catching the nice Viking OD for Potatoes. So that's a great start for them already. Um, but yeah, interesting game. Nevertheless, the games only start getting interesting here, more interesting here as well, with the champion stage just around the corner. Um, I have to say that I am very curious. Let me know what you guys think in chat as well about this game, about the Legend stage in general. Now it's close to an ending. Um, Proximo here using a Viking OD. That's a pretty risky one, to be honest. He's out of repacket. Luke doesn't have repacket as well, so they have to support someone like Madeline. But that's a pull that's not going to happen. Although Chili with a lovely arrow OD will connect. No, it will not connect. And SVG using a Hunter OD just to be sure. So even if it was connected, it would not have been a pull. An insane amount of ODs being used here. Instrumental using a very risky one to do use and take, but that's just a spilled OD, to be honest. I really don't understand that one. At the same time, we saw Chili, the other Ares, catching that overdrive. So a big disadvantage currently for Potatoes, with Luke and Chili having an OD versus only Mr. Yakov and Kus having an overdrive. Although Kus, I didn't notice him, but that's a very important Viking OD, so the disadvantage for Potatoes isn't that big. We have yet to see a serious pull attempt, to be honest. Maybe this will be the first one. Kus not using here. He is using here. Okay, that makes it quite interesting. Mr. Yakov pulling this flag out of repair, so he has to choose the long route to don't take damage. Luke with a great spawn, to be honest. There's a bit of luck involved there, but he really profits on that one. Zen 1 still pulling this flag. Chili can use an overdrive through mid. It will be not worth it though, because Zen 1 is capturing this first flag. With default now being in a one flag disadvantage here, we can see Luke trying to create another attack opportunity here with his Paladin OD. Pretty early use, to be honest. But he can support his teammates very wisely. Because with once again overdrive being catched there. I think that's already the second or the third one that Kus managed to take. So that's really impressive by him so far. We see Proximo pulling this one. Chili with a lovely arrow OD. It will not connect the flag carrier, but it will support CJ that is trying to continue this flag pull. But what a defense here from Potatoes, to be honest. Really wisely played, and that's a return here by Instrumental. Okay, we are down to the last 4 minutes here. A lot of players currently trying to create something here. I have to say that this match is quite interesting for the fact that there's only one capture being made. The score sounds like a boring match, but it is definitely not one. But I've yet to see a good attack from default. Maybe we'll see it in the last minutes here. This doesn't look promising right now with Luke there. He is the only one still alive, and he's out of repair. So it will be on all the moments. Chile here with the possibilities to take a nice overdrive. And Mr. Yakov, not a direct hit, so it was not a really ideal cruise OD, but On the other side, not a bad one. It stopped the momentum that Default had at the moment. Okay, CJ now in the attack with that of Hunter overdrive. Proximo on the other side, CJ clearing the path for Proximo here with a lovely Hunter OD. It's now Viking overdrive versus Viking overdrive, but Proximo with the better aim, to be honest there. And that's the first pull. Chili even as well with the overdrive. That is looking very powerful by Default, but they're having some driving errors by Proximo. I don't think that was the best route to choose from, because they are making it quite difficult for themselves, especially with Instrumental with a lovely Ares OD. And that's a return. I think that was Default's only chance here to pull a flag, because they used like all overdrives in this attack, and with only 2 minutes on the clock, a lot of those ODs are not recharging before the end of the game. So Default, yeah, it's not it's too early to give up, but they have made it very difficult for themselves in this round. OD box, of course, can still play a big role in this game if you catch it. It is totally switching the other side here. Sen1 trying to save it from Instrumental, a bit of risk, but it is worth it. Let's see what will happen here. We are down to the last minute here. We will see one last attack from Default, trying to at least make it a tie. Or we will see a counter attack by Potatoes. What will it be? Luke here using a very nice Paladin OD, but Sen1 with a kind of lucky spawn there on the right side of the blue base, totally destroying this attack opportunity. Yeah, it really looks like a first win for Potatoes. Right now, 30 seconds on the clock. Starting to get impossible for Default to come back from this. Medlin using a Cruise OD there. A bit of a time scramble he was in, so I understand why he used there. But it was definitely not from any use. And that's the first round, to be honest. CJ is pulling this flag right now with 7 seconds on the clock with Instrumental taking action. And that's a first round win here for Potatoes. 0-1 being the score. Yeah, pretty interesting first round, to be honest. Only one flag capture being made, but it was never a boring round. Curious about the rest of the game here. Let's just move over to the second round of Sandal. Players joining in here. I don't notice any changes so far in terms of combinations or players. I have to take a look at Sen1 though. Now he is playing in the same, as far as I know. looks like we will see the OD box spawning after the restart. Oh, that's someone knocking someone out. That shouldn't be. See someone leaving and joining back in as well. Interesting. This will definitely have some consequence here for Potatoes, knocking someone out. OD box dropping there. Cuts with a good road to it, but getting knocked out before. Same for Proximo here. OD box still in the middle. A lot of scramble around it. But Madeline finally taking that box. Cruise ODs are not a very big first overdrive. That sounds like we will see some calm first minutes, I think. Okay, Madeline managing to stay alive there with that Cruise OD. He's very low on health currently, but maybe he can get support from Luke. No, Luke is not on time. But definitely an aggressive start here for Default. Already trying to create maximum pressure. See now D-Box currently dropping. Good position for Cus to be in. They managed to knock Chili out. Very important there for Potatoes catching that Viking OD. And after first very calm 2 minutes, it looks like we will finally get some action in this game. Loads of overdrives being ready right now. But let's see, only time will tell. Yeah, this match is definitely less full of action than the first round. The first round was pretty interesting from both sides. Only one capture being made, but a lot of aggression. And this round we have not seen a serious attack, to be honest, for the whole game. And we are just 3.5 minutes in already. Feel like both teams do not think a big attack is worth the risk. I think Default is pretty happy to get a tie and move over to the next round and get some action in. And I think Potato is exactly the same. That they're happy with a tie after the first round we have seen. So that makes it quite a boring round so far. But with the amount of overdrives being available right now, there has to be a moment where there will be action on the arena. In the arena, sorry. We see Luke here using his Paladin OD to support Chili, or get supported by Chili. Proximo on the other side, but nice focus from Mr. Yakov. A great usage of that Cruise OD. And this attack already is very well defended by Potatoes, but that's, again, not a poor attempt for both of the teams. Okay, we saw a pretty interesting attempt here by Zen 1, but not able to finish it. And this is the moment for Default to create a counter-attack opportunity. Chili from the other side, can he use through mid? SVJ with a nice intro D, totally stopping this attack. But Zen 1 there was pretty close. And that's the first really interesting moment we have seen this round, to be honest. Yeah. Guys, in the meantime, in the chat, if you have any opinion about the game so far, I would love to hear it. To be honest, it's not only that I love to hear it, but it's just that I would love to have some filler as well. This is really, how do I say this in a polite way? It's really a boring round, to be honest. So if I have anything to talk about the game or about different games you have seen today or in the last weeks, I would love to do that. So if you have a subject, let me know. Chili here with the crashing ball use and take again. It's just not very interesting round. That's the problem. We have an interesting guy here in Caldo. Yo.
What's good? Need some.
Pretty good, especially with you joining here.
Game.
Oh, you are here, and it gets interesting directly here. Chili and Luke. Luke being able to create a very nice pool here, and that will be the first capture. Oh, this game really needed to capture Jack, to be honest. It was a very boring first 7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Potatoes had a really good opportunity, I believe, a couple of minutes ago, but like Crusader really neutralized the situation there. Although, I'm not going to lie, you're pretty right. It's pretty boring. I think both these teams are quite level-headed, so it's going to be a long game today. Although, just from looking at the general gameplay so far, I do feel like Potatoes have a bit more experience on this map, to say the least.
Yeah, and it looked like Potatoes was quite happy to draw this one, because I have seen them not really attacking a lot. But now, Default making a capture, so maybe we'll see some aggressive last-minute plays here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. There's 1 minute 30 seconds left. They don't have a Viking OD or Paladin OD. Push left side. And the Hunt can't do much. If Cuss can take this Viking OD, which is dropping now, they might have a potential, but it's not looking likely.
No, it's Proximo trying to do a use and take here, so that's only more interesting and better for Tivo. Yeah, Proximo, the last split second, managing to catch the one. Luke once again with the Paladin OD, and there's not a lot of players from Potatoes that can stop this one. Nice cruise OD, but what now?
And Proximo is going to be using as well just to take out the remaining players, Yakov. But nice focus there from Cuss. Chile doesn't have an Eros OD. He's not using DA either. And Cuss is able to return this flag. Instrumental going to be using an Eros OD for Zem 1. He's no repair currently. He does have his Paladin OD. Probably needs to pop that now. But once again, meddling with his Crusader. And he does it again, bro. Same situation.
Yeah, that's just good focus by him. And 24 seconds on the clock. Mr. Yakov taking over, but Madeline now forcing the return. And that's the moment that Default can finally breathe again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. I don't think them pulling middle is the best bet. This is the second time it's happened now where Medellin's really just stopped the whole situation. But I mean, it's the end of this map. And what's the next maps we're going into?
Let me check that one. Let me check. To be honest, I don't want to nitpick or anything about the performance so far. But we saw the Paladin from Potatoes going for the return with Cuss as well. And with time pressure like that, let someone go for the return and let the other one pull the flag. That cost them like 3 or 4 seconds, and that could have been the difference. But that's the hectic moment. But on the other side, we are in the legend stage here. We can expect some higher skill level at these rounds, to be honest. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. The next map we're going to be watching is on Cross, and
Okay.
I feel like I've said this in previous streams. Potatoes have really risen themselves up, especially within this major. So they're playing quite a team which is on the same path default. Once I believe some of these players are from Lavanda or whatever, like CJ, who've won top 8 before. So it would be a massive achievement for Potatoes to win this game today and unlock their first paint as an EN top 8 team. But I mean, it's not going to be easy, and I don't think Cross is going to be easy for them either.
No, I fully agree with you on that one. Both sides. This will not be an easy map, but on the other side, we have seen crazy improvement by Potatoes indeed. From struggling in RMRs to this. I think they can be happy with the result, no matter if they lose today or win today.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to still talk about your game, or should we skip that subject?
I mean, it happened, bro. The game happened. That was alright. It's an alright game. Undervalued, obviously, a really good team, so it's kind of hard to win such games. But
yeah,
I feel
it's
like
not a shame
for our team. Yeah, there's a bit of glimmer of hope in some situations, but we made mistakes and that cost us.
Yeah, I understand. Facing Undervalued was probably the hardest one as well. Undervalued shouldn't be on that situation, to be honest, to get it all the way to round 6, but they had very difficult lineups, so.
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't think we had the easiest ones as well, to be honest. I mean, I think the easiest lineup any team had would probably be no, not non-stop. Revolutionary. They had some quite easy teams. They had Tripside because Tripside are a good team, but they did show massive flaws. And I think the day they played Revolutionary was one of their flaw days. White Towers, obviously, they're decent. They're not the best in the world, but I mean, Punch just barely won them as well. Although I think we were having a bad day. And obviously, Revolutionary went up against Lovesick, which was pretty much a guarantee loss, but they still played really well. And then obviously against Potatoes, which we're seeing now, it was pretty close. So I would say teams like Punch, Revolutionary, Potatoes, Default, and Nonstop probably are all within the same category group for the Legend stage. But sometimes you get some harder teams or whatnot. So it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's how this format is, and there's also the risk if you have to fight it out on the absolutely last round as well.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I don't know.
It's true, but I don't know. I mean, like these top 8 teams we got right now were pretty what's the word?
Pretty stacked.
Like it was pretty obvious that Red Notice were gonna get it. Lovesick, Spirit, Undervalued had a really high chance as well. Revolutionary, I think to be honest, I think it would either be between Revolutionary, Default, Potatoes, Punch, and Deviants at the time that I had in mind would get it. But obviously with the cross out, Revolutionary managed to succeed that. But I mean, within these games, I honestly don't know if it will go to Default or Potatoes. Like both teams have improved so much, and they've shown it in today's game. Their pros and cons. So this could go to anyone. And then tomorrow when we watch Nonstop versus Benditos, Benditos do have good players. I do know that Nonstop they do perform when they don't waffle, but I don't know if what that scenario is going to be either. I feel like that's an interesting game. like today, but it might be a slow one as well.
Yeah. We see that in last rounds in general. A bit slower gameplay. People don't want to take risks because risk can mean getting out of the tournament. And to be honest, for Banditos and Nonstop, this is for these teams we are seeing right now as well. But for Banditos and Nonstop, I think both of these teams didn't expect to be in a situation to actually place champion stage. So it's a really important game for them. Getting started with a team like that's some wild improvement through the season, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially for a team like Banditos, like what before they had those three really experienced players, they weren't the best in the tournament. I would say they're like maybe Lucky Seven, possibly Gladiator. But obviously they did manage to find those recruits or whatnot and perform a bit better. And then for non-stop, some of them have been a top 4 team before, and I believe previously, like some of them were an Impulse, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know that, to be honest.
I'll have to check. I'm thinking of Viv. Yeah, Viv won Impulse with Matrix team back in the summer major. But obviously it's different. But anyways, this round started. Sorry.
Yeah, we didn't miss a lot, only 20 seconds, so no worries. We see Luke here trying to start aggressive, CJ catching the first overdrive, Chili in the mid, so it sounds like a good start here for Default. Let's see how Potatoes will react.
Potatoes have a situation on the right side right now where their Eris is kind of camping with their Viking. This could be kind of crucial on just allowing that Hunter to control mid from afar. Obviously, both Thunder and Striker on this map are some of the crucial ones along with Railgun, but I don't know. It seems like you're right about the other team being able to control it a little bit. It looks like Potatoes weren't able to hold on to it for too long.
No, indeed, is now up for grabs once again, same as the overdrive box. Chili on a good position to use it, and then it can be very tricky for Potatoes already right now. With Chili having that RSOD a lot earlier than anyone from Potatoes has overdrive in general.
Yeah, exactly. This will be a deal breaker. SVJ should be getting his Hunter OD pretty soon. So if I was him, I'd play really cautiously for that RSOD to come inbound. But it looks like Instrumental's doing a good job focusing him. We've got Cuss looking back to not allow him to pull that flag. But I don't know what's going to happen. You're pretty bang on with how this game's been laid out. It does seem a bit boring because it's not like a usual game where it's like flagpole to flagpole. Both these teams are trying to hold a steady ground here.
Yeah, exactly. That's both teams have proper defense and offense. They are not over aggressive, and that's a recipe for an interesting game, but sometimes a boring game as well. And if we also have to consider that we will play Highland as well for round 5 and potentially round 6, then this will be, as Avoid would say it, a long day today. So yeah. Tricky for both the teams. We see Chili with the pad in, Eris Overdrive, Instrumental got it as well. I expected that Chili would really aggressively use it there, because they had the advantage of the opponent not having it. But now that advantage is gone, because once again doing a use and take like we have seen in the first round as well. Mr. Yakov pulling a potentially really good flag. SVG using a Hunter Overdrive. Everything is just getting right here for Potatoes. Madeline missing his Crusoe D. That's the cherry on top for Potatoes here in this pool, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Chili. Oh, Chili's RSOD explodes. Proximo going to be using a really good Viking OD, but is really low HP, and Cuss is going to be countering him using his. He can even get onto CJ if he has enough time here. and he does. And honestly, Cuss's ODs have been so like crucial for Potatoes. I feel like this is
Mm-hmm.
also going to allow Zen One to pull another flag since they all pushed and there's no one to death. Mr. Yakov has his overdrive. There's no repair right now. He does use that a bit soon. So they will be getting that return. But regardless of that, Potatoes are still doing a strong match here to in order to capture the first flag within 4 minutes.
Yeah, Cuz definitely plays an important role here so far. Mr. Yakov with a nice cruiser D for defense. Luke still pulling this one. The repair kit is in the middle, so if he can take that, then this is a quite interesting pull. Yeah, this one is already tricky to stop. CJ on the other side stopping Zen 1 here. Mr. Yakov is like the only one that can still do something, to be honest. He doesn't have double power. That's a capture.
Yeah, really well done from him. I was a bit skeptical of how Luke was going to be pulling that. Obviously, I knew he still had his repair or whatnot, and that repair on the bottom, but there wasn't enough focus. Also, talking about focus, Chile will be able to easily take that Aerosol D. I feel like Potatoes need to take a bit more of a high ground here. They've done a good job pulling the flags, but they've not had the best performance within the whole middle control.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's something I really want to see them perform a bit better in. Um, but yeah, current score being a tie, so we are definitely up for a treat here in the last 5 minutes. And the two captures we have seen in this round are both really clean, really good looking, to be honest.
No, that's just you, bro. But
Thank you, man.
nah, but anyways. Yeah, right. I mean, if this does go to a tie, it means both teams will currently have a score of 1-1, you're right. Which is gonna make an interesting match. A bit of a slow one, but definitely a fireplace starter. You can't get it lit up straight away. Chile going to be countering Instrumental's OD. He saw that from a mile away and really good usage. Also, Zen 1 wasted his Paladin OD due to that. So, yeah, overall, I mean, Chile's done a great job defending their flag. They still have a tie right now, which I'm sure they're not too proud about. Well, either team, really. I'm sure they want it pretty done and over quite quickly.
Yep. Give me a second, please.
It's all good. Proximo manages to take that OD within middle here, and that's going to be a big deal breaker if he can use it right for his team. He is going to be pushing under the bridge. No, he goes to the top here. Um, and it looks like Mr. Yakov going to be selfing Look and Chili holding the high ground and the house on the left side and dealing damage. Proximo, here comes it, and he's raining down his Viking OD. SVJ uses a good OD on two players, but Proximo is still no Reaper able to pull this flag or leave it for Medellin. And this is the similar situation before Medellin, always getting blocked into sticky situations, but is able to get himself out of the honey. And on the other side, we do have Zem1 pulling that flag, but CJ doing a really good job, but unable to return at Medellin, only 1 HP. And Cuss has his Viking OD. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Cuz have some impressive overdrive, but couldn't fix it here, to be honest. There's a capture for default. Maybe a direct counter here from Potatoes. SVG pulling this one. Already looking quite difficult to stop.
Yeah, exactly. But if one of the of default four players can spawn on left side here, they could possibly pull a flag quite sneakily because potatoes are really going to be focusing that flag pull, and you can see that there's no one on defense really. Look is going to be using instrumentals up top, going to be going for the aerosol. SVJ trying to lock onto Look, does a good job, makes him no repair. But Look still able to deal damage. Were they able to get a return? No. Mr. Yakov manages to do it. It looks like right now this has gone back to a solid tie, but there's 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Instrumental as his OD. Look is performing well. Mr. Yakov wastes. Bit of information lost there from the potatoes side. Since they would have been able to kill him easily, and there's all potatoes within their base. I don't think it was great usage from him. But on the other side, we do see Zen1 using his Paladin OD. Instrumental getting that high ground. There's no one to counter his ODs here, and he's going to be using now. Mr. Yakov going to be pulling the flag here. It looks like Proximo's really low HP is pulling top, which is a good idea for Instrumental. And Zen1 right behind him. Maybe you can drop for him. And he will do. But I don't know, default, do they have the time? And it looks like they're all getting eliminated here from either Zen1 or Cuss.
Yeah, that's a really important capture, this one, to be honest. 30 seconds on the clock. This can be a game-winning capture. It's pretty early to call that one, but definitely interesting and very impressive by Potatoes here. Luke putting an interesting flag. There is still time on the board to make it a capture, so let's not celebrate too early if you're a Potatoes fan.
Exactly. I mean, looks like Medellin going to be picking up the flag here. It's getting blocked off by Cuss. And it's always Medellin, the one getting blocked off by Dead Tanks, and SVJ uses a really good Hunter OD to get that return. But still, it is a 3-2 for the Potatoes team, and they really bounced back. I wasn't expecting it. That Potatoes would be winning this. I thought it would either be a tie or default having the better opportunity. I mean, I don't know. This Cuss guy is getting 31 kills on Viking, like pretty much every map.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say that he's really impressive. For sure it's an alt account. Do you know who it is? Or
I'm
I
pretty
have no
sure
idea.
I've heard the name before, but I can't remember, to be honest. It's like I forgot who Instrumental was, but his name was Yax before, and he played for Nonstop.
Okay. I have to say that Gus is really, really impressive. It's if we know his name, which account he
Pretty
is, we
sure
will
it's a
definitely.
Russian player.
Yeah, that's possible. I don't know, but I'm sure we will definitely know his main account. He's really impressive. That's not going unnoticed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everyone in this team is doing great, and even on default as well. Both teams have had a great run. They've played some solid matches. If you just go back to that, I mean, default went up against Undervalued of a score 2-0 for them. One STB, one Punish. Lost to Spirit, but Spirit are a really good team. And for Potatoes, they won default, lost to Undervalued, won White Towers, and then unfortunately lost 2 days ago to Revolutionary, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be a win for them. They had it in the bag, but I mean, Slayer just completely carried them in the last, I don't know, 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, it was impressive streak and very unfortunate for Potatoes, but yeah. The other ones loses, the other guys wins, or how do you say that?
Exactly.
Is
exactly.
I
No.
don't know.
When one
what I
team
mean.
loses, the other one wins or something. But anyways, this is the second round on the cross map. Players will be selfing now, and we'll be getting into this round. I mean, currently the score is 2-1 for Potatoes. So they've got to win on one map and then play the other one and win that one. Looks like right now, Cuss is no repair going up against Medellin. The right side is completely clear for the default team. There's only Mr. Yakov and is not pushing out too much. Looks like Instrumental is getting a bit of a focus from Proximo and look and will be taken out. Although I'm really not sure how this round is going to go because it seems like default are always getting the upper ground, which is pretty crucial on this map.
Yeah, that's what's so impressive about Potato winning last round, because Default is a team with better map control, I feel like.
Yeah, no questions asked for sure. I mean, they definitely do have a bit more experience, I would say, especially as a team and individuals. But potatoes, I mean, they're doing all right even without the mid control. I mean, they've managed to capture 3 flags in the last round. So against 2. So I'm don't know. I'm kind of debatable still whether potatoes are capable of winning this next round, this current round. I mean, or if it will go to default.
Yeah, for sure. We will wait and see, but it's definitely an interesting one, and too close to call for sure. I just hope that we will see kind of a score difference and not go into a tie when we go into the last rounds, because those will be played on Highland. And I feel like these teams will very much focus on defense, so we'll see like 3 or 4 rounds, the
Yeah, I
least.
mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll see 2 rounds. Say this is a win for potatoes. We'll see 2 rounds, and they all they need to do is tie it or win it once.
Yep, exactly. We have to just get into the round without it being a tie. That's the thing.
Yes, sir.
So I
Um,
kind of call to default to lose. I don't mean it that way. It's not subjectical. I just don't want to sit here until tomorrow morning. But Chile using a nice OD here, but not able to connect with Luke. It was SVG using here to be sure that this was not going to be a flag pool. But Chile can use here once again. Okay, never mind. Gus and Instrumental both had the overdrive, so I understand why he didn't choose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. This is a bit of a peak game, honestly. A return coming in there from Luck Paladin with his Paladin OD. We got Zen1 as well, dealing mental amount of damage there to the top player of CJ. And Zen1's still alive, actually.
Yeah, now getting knocked out. Yeah, once again, 4 minutes without any captures. I don't know how these teams will do it, but last round we have seen quite a lot of captures though, but all the other rounds only one capture a game.
Yeah, I mean, the captures in these whole games have been so close, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we played against Undervalued, I I really was actually thinking we would win. Um, I had full faith in our team or whatever. But even though we did lose, I mean, we had all right scores. It
Oh,
wasn't
Madeline
like we're
flipping or not?
losing.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I think Madeline flipped
I didn't
himself
even
there.
notice that. Yeah, he did.
Oh, now he's still
But
going.
he's still pulling.
Okay, then he didn't flip himself fully, I think.
But Cuss is using and taking here. But he's got to watch out for CJ. But he does get taken out. No one else is there to use an overdrive.
Okay, I can see that. Okay, Madeline still continuing this pool after a
Yeah, it's
respawn, I
capture.
think. And that's a capture, but yeah. I see our broadcaster got it on screen good, so I didn't know what happened there, but the viewers will do. Because they're using an OD trying to counter it directly. A bit of a risky one though, and CJ, yeah, it was just a very easy return, I think. I think one of the rare mistakes from Cus. I wouldn't have used there, I think.
Yeah, I think he saw what I saw. He saw like 3 players, and it's like, you know what, I can take them out. But I don't think he put into perspective that players will be on respawn. So yeah, that was unfortunate for him. I think it's always wise to use on the right side, to be honest.
Yeah, because you can have a bit more distance, or how do you
Yeah,
mean?
you can have distance, and if Zen1 has his Paladin OD, you can just kind of bait. Then they push him, and then the Viking would use, and Zen1 would have a clear path to pull.
Yeah, okay, interesting. I like the idea. Okay, Instrumental using a CJ, not thinking about
Oh,
that one for a second. It can be use and take though if Instrumental can stay alive, but that will be difficult with all those players going up the ramp.
Yeah. 1 HP. Cuss can't even take it. Can SVJ? Yes, he does. Yeah, I don't know. They made Chili no repair here, so that's one advantage apart from taking the OD as well.
Yeah, exactly. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Tricky situation for Potatoes to be in. Not a lot of overdrives. Yeah, let's see.
Looks like, I don't know. It's once again gone to that kind of limbo scenario where no team's actually winning or losing kind of thing. 3 minutes here, but Potatoes have to do something if they want to tie this out and keep it a 2-1 score.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like my nightmare is going through right now. Okay, Luke is pulling with this one. SVG with a nice Hunter overdrive. That's just good focus, and we see that from time to time. These teams are just really clean with their defensing in general. Okay, risky OD.
Yeah, this was kind of risky. Proxima going to be using. You can take out 1-2 players here, but Instrumental doing a good job along with Zam1, really neutralizing those players and not allowing them to pull yet another flag. I mean, you got to be honest, defaults are doing good. That's the second time they've picked up the flag. They've not really gone far, but they've managed to get into their base. Oh, an OD coming in from Yakov, which doesn't connect, but the overdrive's still there. And Mr. Yakov can pull the flag. CJ is looking back at him. CJ could even use, but no need.
Yeah, there was trying a solo pull there. Not going to work out, but at least it was a nice try. But with that miss from Proximo, with a wasted overdrive, I think, in my opinion,
Yeah,
you're getting Potatoes back into the game because that's an important OD for defense as well. I think we will see Gus have one more overdrive before the end of the game. Same goes for Instrumental. It's still not a tie, you know, and now without a Viking OD for you for the rest of the game, it's difficult to defend this one.
no, 100%. I mean, Cuss is trying to get the best defense in order for his team, but there's not enough attack for them. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, interesting last minute here. We see Cuss without repair using his overdrive. Time pressure thing, of course. Knocking
This
out
is
one,
good,
knocking
though.
out two.
This is good.
It is. Is anyone with repair?
Oh, if that Cruz wasn't there, maybe Yakov can pull the flag though. If Instrumental had an idea, it would be so great. But the Paladin spawns in such a good position. Mr. Yakov is clearly going to die there. Zen1's not got enough time. He's pushing in like a chicken. And they're putting all hopes on the line here. With an OD box dropping, either Cuss or Mr. Yakov will be taken. Looks like Cuss has the opportunity. He has no repair now. He's going to be using 30 seconds left, but Chili with an Eris OD. And that's going to be all used on defense here, as we can see. And yeah, it's looking like they're really trying to back that time and win this round default.
Yeah, exactly. Madeline using for defense as well. Yeah, very well defended by them. They know that Potatoes was in time pressure, so Potatoes will show themselves. So yeah, no reason to show yourself to Potatoes. They will just walk right into your trap there.
Oh yeah, I mean, they played that round so well, honestly. Default compared to the previous one. Previous one was a bit back and forward. What was it, 3-2 for Potatoes?
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, it's gonna be all out on the line here for Highland, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Potatoes played Highland against Revolutionary. Yeah, it was against Revolutionary the first round. Revolutionary did win that first one, and then they tied the second. I think Potatoes played all right in Highland. I can't remember it off the top of my head, so I won't say too much about it. But they might have a chance there. I've not seen Default really play Highland that much, but I do know that Russian teams are quite interested in the map.
Oh.
So yeah.
About which prior game were you talking?
I was talking about Revolutionary versus Potatoes, where they played Highland. It was the first round, and it was quite. I think I was commentating with you because I was sarcastically saying like, "Oh look, it's our favorite map," and then I realized how quick the time was going because how interesting it was.
Legend stage was it, right?
Yeah. It was the one that allowed the Revolutionary to qualify.
Why can't I find that one?
I'll send it to you. I got you, bro. Here you go.
Oh, here is the game as well. Wasn't it? Huh? Geez, let me check that one. If it was commentated with me, the score would have been written down here, but I can't find it. But I'm pretty sure I've commentated it as well. 3 against 2.
Pretty sure we
Legend
did,
stage,
yeah.
that was Monday the 2nd.
Oh no! I think I commentated this one
No.
alone.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I
you did.
commentated this one alone. Yeah.
I did Spirit versus Default that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember it was a long game, and my voice was running out. I mean, my voice is running out now as well from our official game, but
But there you had Highlander's first map. That's a very different dynamic. So I'm quite interesting what we'll see here today.
Yeah, indeed. I like these map choices being played today. Honestly, I mean, obviously it's been quite a wide range of maps being played in both streams. First stream we watched Red Alert, Iran, and Sandal, which I was playing in, and then today we're watching Sandal, Cross, and Highland. So it's quite a variety of matches and maps we get to witness today, and some 4 top teams, but unfortunately only 2 of them can make it into the Legends stage now.
Exactly. The only map we are missing is Molotov, but
yeah, screw that map, bro. And Sandbox.
Sandbox as well. Right. Okay, I love that map though.
Sandbox is a nice map, to be honest. I mean, I think it's a bit risky when you're in the Legend stage to play Sandbox. If you're really, really good at it and your opponents don't know that you are, then you're in some luck. But I don't think people really want to play it that much within the Legend stages. They want to play maps more like Highland or Iran, especially Iran, I would say, or Sandal, because they're a bit more close and a bit more dense. It's not as easy to pull. It's not as open like a Sandbox or a Cross. But Cross is a bit more favoritist, a bit more of a favorite map in the Legend stage, I would say. When we get champions, we're going to see a lot of Sandbox, especially from Red Notice, I feel like.
Yeah, Red Notice lost that map. I don't know about Lovesick though. I think they play Iran pretty likely, right?
I'm not actually 100% sure.
But in the fight,
I probably can ask around with friends when they TKV'd them, but I mean, I've not actually played a TKV against Lovesick or Red Notice. We've mainly been doing like top 16 or top 8 teams. So
I feel like that's a big problem in general. I don't hear a lot of teams training with these guys. Are they only training with each other, or where do they find the skill? Like they are definitely looking out the skill from other players.
Normally, I would say like previously we would have witnessed in previous majors, like Pega would train like Team Pointers or Lovesick or stuff like that. Sometimes Red Notice, but they would play like teams like Pega, you know, like top 8 teams, but not teams on their same level. So Red Notice wouldn't play against Lovesick. But while saying that, the round has commenced. DoD box was taken, I believe, by SVJ. Yep. And I believe all teams are playing the same combination, so I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right. We see SVG and CJ both with Hammer on. Both Vikings with
Exactly.
Smokey. Yeah, nothing strange to be honest. What is the Eris playing for Madeline? Yeah, Madeline is not playing Shaft, of course.
Ooh, you know what? Like Potatoes had so much control there for that OBD box. But before I go into that, Medellin is going to be pulling a flag here. He does have Mr. Yakov right behind him. He does miss his shot. Cruz Cuss is right underneath him with an OD. He is a bit in a situation. Medellin once again driving into an obstacle here. It's not looking likely that this flag will be captured. There's a lot of Potatoes team. And going back to uh, Potatoes. I mean, even now you can see they like to play it kind of defensively, not take enough damage, and just wait, kind of lurk in the situation, especially for that OD box. We saw SVJ use his Hunter OD on the Eris to stop him from dealing damage, to allow Cuss to take that OD, and I think they're doing a good job, Potatoes. But I mean, on the other hand, I'm not gonna be knocking down um, default because they've managed to pull two flags now. Medellin, here's his second opportunity, but it's just unfortunate that he's not able to get it um, into a capture.
Yeah, for sure. But with all those opportunities, there's also always one that's going to stick. So it's a bit of tricky situation that Potatoes are bringing themselves in by making default putting pretty easily so far. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it will not make a capture happening for like 90% of the time. But look, nice OD there, and two ODs being spilled on one overdrive box because Kus and Mr. Yakov used, and Luke taking one. So -2 for
Yeah,
Potatoes and +1 for default.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Definitely Mr. Yakov's OD is a bit less crucial than Cuss's, I would say, on this map. Um, it was a bit of a miscommunication there. Look, he's going to use his Eris, Paladin Overdrive, and Repair. I don't think he needed to use the Repair. He kind of wasted that. And he is dealing a good amount of damage, but his OD is going to a bit of a waste here, because he's not really pushing in with his team or whatnot. And it's not getting taken damage from enemies. So it's a bit unfortunate about that.
Yeah, for sure. Not they were not able to create anything with that OD. Luke still there, being alive. He's being really annoying though by positioning himself there. Um, but yeah, it's effective.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, he's doing a good job not allowing those players from Potatoes to push right side and get that mid control like they had within the first 3 minutes of the round. We've seen Zen1 use Instrumental using an OD a little bit late, but it will catch up eventually. We did see Medellin use his Crusader, but it didn't quite react to any of those players. SVJ also going to be using, but Chile really neutralizes the situation, but Cast managing to take that overdrive box which just dropped, and SVJ tried to pull the flag, but there's just too many contestants to get it out of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the summary of Highland trying to
Yeah,
pull the
for
flag
real.
but not getting it out of the base.
For real. You really need a lot of overdrives and your team to be on high ground there, in order to do it. But you know what? It's a bit unfortunate, but it's good that Potatoes are kind of bouncing back because obviously Medellin pulled two flags. He didn't capture them, but this is the first flag that Potatoes have really actually touched.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I don't know. I want to say something positive about this map and that we will see a capture, but no, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what, like, going back to them pulling the flags, I think Potatoes are doing a good job just waiting for the opportunity, really just playing middle rather than pushing their base and just dying, like SVJ is doing a really good job just kind of lurking, dealing damage from afar, going back, kind of like a snail going in and out of his shell. But Mr. Yakov trying to pull his flag and overdrive boxes, dropping. Cuss is going to be using his M1 is no repair. Cuss going back for that overdrive box, does drive over the wall there and managing to take it, meaning both Vikings with their overdrives. And I think that only potatoes have an OD box where default have their Viking and Hunter OD.
Yeah, nice play by Cus there, doing a lot of damage while doing a taking use. Nice attempt by Zen1 as well, but that was a return for sure. Now we will not see Cus using here because the flag is in a difficult spot. Also because the overdrive, the supplies has run out from him as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Time to reset.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here we go once again. Medellin trying to pull his no repair here. He's got too many of those potato players able to block him through mid. And 3 minutes 20 seconds remaining here. Instrumental, I believe, should have his Zeros OD fairly soon, if I'm not wrong. So we might see another attempt, but Chile will be getting his as well at the same time because they use within the same kind of time frame. With that being said, Proximo going to be no repair, pushing the right side with Medellin, and I don't know. This is looking both good for both teams, but it's just such a tricky map to really like pull the flag once you have it. You know, you're going to be fully focused.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Getting into base is possible, but after you just have that flag on your name, then people start going mental here. Because trying to do a use and take, but a bit of miscommunication by team of potatoes.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't cost them there. SVJ does have his Hunter OD, so he's going to have to play a bit more defensive, not go right side, but he does use straight away. And Mr. Yakov going to be using on look. It's such a good OD there. But Proximo going to be pulling the flag here. Oh, focus from instrumental is key. And we do have instrumentals overdrive. Chile should be getting his very soon here. He is full no repair within middle. And Medellin playing left side, dealing damage to Cuss. And he also can deal damage to these other players like SVJ and possibly instrumental, but he does get taken out.
Still 2 minutes on the clock. We see Mr. Yakov trying something here, but getting knocked out. Yeah, it looks like we will see a 0-0 to be honest. But there is still time left.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's going to be a bit demoralizing on this map if they're going to be going out into a tiebreaker. Obviously, this map, we've witnessed it just within the 9 minutes of watching this round, how hard it is. So it's going to be hard, I'm sure, on the other round as well. I might jinx it, but hopefully I do. So one of these teams can win their top 8 position sooner rather than later. Ooh, talking about it, I think I did jinx it. But Chile, once again, look at Chile. Chile's Aerosod comes in. Medellin going to be using as well. Zen1 still there with an opportunity. Maybe instrumental used a bit too early. And I think he should have like calculated that Chile used pretty soon when instrumental used, so he would have had his Eris OD for defense. Proximo going to be using a Viking OD, pushing in, does get taken out. We see Look and Medellin as well, but instrumental doing a really good job just blocking, and Medellin's going to get taken out as well.
Yeah, indeed. If that was a bit of more tiring by instrumental, I think maybe it could create something, but on the other side, it's still very tricky here, and it was a pretty interesting attempt to say the least.
100%. I mean, Medellin. Oh, time's up. I wasn't even paying attention. I was gonna say Medellin's got a good opportunity here, but he didn't take it. I don't know. Obviously, game styles are very different from both these teams. You see Medellin pushing in a lot more compared to their Paladin, I would say, where Potatoes are very much playing the defensive game, holding middle control, and then pushing in when they have their ODs. But just a bit of miscommunication there with picking up ODs like SVJ and Cuss. and previously Cash using and not taking, maybe focusing the wrong players. But hopefully both these teams learn from their mistakes and are able to bounce back and win this round. And if one of these teams win this round, that will be the end of it, and they will be crowned on top eight and going into the champion stage, along with having one of their own paints in the game as well. And if you guys haven't already, you should definitely go ahead and invest in the Tanky Fund because there's some cool rewards, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, for sure. And to be honest, I always try to get the bundle with the paints. It's just a bit of esport history that I like to have on my account. It's not a unique paint at all. The only way you can see which paint it is no, indeed. The only reason you can see what season the paint is if you check the year it is made. But
yeah, exactly. It's not like a GoPro or anything like Vavi, all those old paints. Unfortunately, I wish it was like that, but I can understand why they're taking the route these days to make it a bit common, I guess you say.
Yeah, the seasons are a lot quicker.
Yeah,
teams are less known, I feel like, as well. Not the players, but the teams. Each sport has the habit to change their name every 2.5 weeks. So that doesn't make the paints very recognizable, even if you put a lot of logo and thought into it. And it's also good for the game. I think this is a bit of a theory, but there is some waffling in esport teams. The whole teams get banned and stuff like that. And if you have a paint from a team totally colored like that team in the game, and if you check the team on the esports wiki and it's banned for the most ridiculous, dangerous things you don't know, it doesn't really show good for the game. So I think it's also a very good corporate decision.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about decisions, it was quite a good decision from Potatoes to really help us to take that Viking OD. First one to drop. We will be seeing another one in 30 seconds here. So whether he's going to take it or someone else from his team, hopefully it's someone else so they can all get ODs fairly soon and then use for an early flag pull, because early flag pulls in this map are very crucial, I would say. It's something you really want to be intrigued in doing, because the rest of the round is going to be a bit back and forwards. Certain players will have their overdrives, and it's going to be unpredictable to know whether you can pull or not.
Yeah, for sure. And I have to say that a potential early capture will be for Potatoes if there is some early capture happening. They have insane map control so far, especially with Gus. He is staying alive since the start of the game, I think. Not risking a use and take here, I think that's a wise choice, especially if Sam1 can take this one. Okay, yeah. This is a great start for Potatoes. SVG is still pulling. I didn't even notice him, to be honest, but it still will be a return.
Yeah, if there was an early RSOD there, then that would have been an amazing attempt. I mean, you're right about Cuss. He's currently playing a bit of left and right. I feel like these players on Potatoes are playing off of spawn, meaning they're constantly communicating whether there's enough players on right side to go left and so. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. It looks like right now Default are really getting pressured in their base, and it's a bit unfortunate because with that occurring so often, it just kind of will be a bit demoralizing, and also allow an opportunity for Potatoes to use some strategies and just hopefully pull a flag for them.
Yeah, exactly. They are creating a bit of risk if you're playing that much in the base. I hope to see an early capture, that's not what I was searching for, but an early pull attempt by Potatoes. But now, with Default also getting some overdrives in the board, it's already a bit more tricky to do an early capture.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Chili's got his Aerosod now. CJ has his Hunter, and Proximo has his Viking. So there's definitely opportunities in the works here. I know D-Box is dropping, but once again, we see Potatoes with some good control here. Not sure who's going to be able to take it. Looks like Zenmon's going to use and take. Ooh, a little bit risky. But maybe should have just taken there. If there's a bit more focus from default, then they would have been able to probably kill him and waste it a bit sooner. But it's over now, and let's see what both these teams can really progress from their overdrives and communication as a whole.
Yep, indeed. Still 6 minutes on the board, so enough time for both of the teams to create something. So far, we have yet to see a capture on this map. Last round was a tie with the score being 0-0. Right now, we have a big amount of pressure by Potatoes. And Instrumental, will he go to use through mid? What is his ID right now? He is making himself impossible to use an overdrive from this position. So I don't know why he's positioning himself there, to be honest.
It's not that bad. I mean, like, it's really late now, but look at CJ. CJ's scouring them, ready to use.
True,
I feel like Instrumental, if he could have pushed their left side base, he would have been further away enough to kind of not get touched by CJ as a whole. But talking about ODs, we do see Look activating his Paladin OD not long ago. He's alongside Proximo. The OD is dropping. Chili's going to be using middle. Proximo is going to be using on rest here. Oh, SVJ uses but doesn't quite connect, and that OD is going to take out Cusp, but Instrumental going to be using, and really good from Zen1 stealing that overdrive box, using and taking, and it really is going to be bouncing back here, and Mr. Yakov using a really good OD onto a couple of players. He's not going to pick up that flag. Looks like Cuss is going to be using a Viking OD and raining down just shots and damage from everyone. Zen1 going to be activating another Paladin OD, and this might be the first capture. They can play it right Medellin on the other side of the map, but it doesn't hit. It hits the wall, and the flag's only 1 HP. They're still Chili within middle. Medellin's full within their base. Yakov's only 1 HP, and that's going to be a return, but Gus is pulling once again, full no repair on their right side, so they got to watch out for him. That flag's going to be dropped off on the top. Wow.
Yeah, what an intense moment there, and what an attack from Potatoes as well. Totally countering after a first good try from default. It was so close to a capture there, and although no capture is being made, it was at least a very impressive show of skill from both of the teams, because default managing to return that one, that's pretty insane. I have to say though, it would have been a bit easier if Medellin just hit that OD.
Yeah, for sure. He did make his life a little bit harder there, per se. But you know what? Also, Potatoes, they had a flaw. They weren't controlling the right side, and that really cost them. And it looks like they're going to be cost once again. Cuss is no repair, unable to take this OD box, but Zen1 once again going to be taking the OD, and that's probably like the second or third one he's taken now.
Yeah. That Gus is playing that good. Otherwise, you would consider him as a Viking. As a Viking, but I have to say, Gus has his fair amount of overdrive boxes as well. I think he has cashed the most, at least in prior rounds.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Potatoes have been doing good. Okay, on cross they weren't too great within middle on controlling their ODs, but overall now on Sandor and this, they've been doing all right. They've not been doing horrible. But for default, their attack now is so much better compared to the other base. I do know the base that Potatoes are on is a bit more tricky because you do respawn fairly closely next to each other, allowing thunder splash damage to be a really big deal breaker for Potatoes. But overall, I think it's a bit hard as well for default because they're not playing Shaft. They're going to be playing that Eris Thunder. So Chili really has to push down to inflict as much damage as he can. But he's doing an alright job right now playing on top.
Yeah, for sure, doing quite a amount of damage there. But yeah, still 2 minutes on the clock. There's definitely time to make a capture. We've seen OD box in the middle dropping as well. If Chili can manage to take this, he is low on health though. A bit scared of Mr. Yakov there. Okay. That doesn't look like team communication, that.
A little bit of a kiss, not Valentine's, but you know, if your socks are on, then it's fine. But anyways, yeah, 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining here, and God knows what's gonna occur. I mean, I think we're gonna be seeing at least 4 more rounds.
Yeah. Long day. Let me turn on my coffee machine after this round.
Might have to.
Yeah, for sure. I'm already getting a headache. I need some caffeine in my. I'm not addicted. I just really like coffee.
Sure. That's what they all say, right?
Yeah. At least I'm definitely not addicted, but I can't live without. Okay, nice OD here by Chile, but a bit too late. I have to say, CJ still with opportunity. He has that Hunter overdrive that he can use on 2 players here. I like the aggressiveness of default here in the last minute, but not working out for them. 30 seconds on the clock. It really looks like a 0-0 tie once again.
Yeah, honestly, that is what it is. I don't know. You know what? Both these teams still have ODs. They're holding on. Like, this is how safe you want to be on this map. You really don't want to screw it up. Medellin going to be pulling though. They do have map control, but it looks like Cuss is going to be using his Vikings OD, stopping them instrumental using middle. Only 10 seconds left though. Nothing's going to happen here. And it's GG. We're going to the last round. I don't know. We're going to tiebreaker now, sorry. See which team can hold that title of being the top 8.
Exactly. Yeah. In terms of result, this is maybe one of the most interesting Highland games we will ever see. A lot of things for these teams that are being decided if you lose or win these rounds.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it will make them play even more safe. So, in terms of viewer experience, it will be the game. Yeah, you don't want to miss the final score, but you don't want to watch until the final score as well.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I mean, you know what? I think Default would be able to play a lot better on this map if they kind of play how Mr. Yakov is playing. Play a bit more defensive, not push into their base as much. But that's the route they've chosen, and hopefully that won't be a deal breaker. But anyways.
Yeah, of course, still reset happening when we are getting into tiebreakers. You will stick to the side you are playing on round 6. So, always giving a bit of chaos. It's in the rulebooks for quite some time, I think.
So for not talking, just helping out something real quick.
Yeah, okay. That OD box will drop. Hopefully not before the 11-minute mark. Otherwise, we will also see a tech pause here. But we have been blessed so far. No tech pauses being in the game.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you know what? Tech pause now is probably a wise. Let them kind of cool down.
It's not Mikael's yet.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So luckily, we have been blessed so far.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't.
Yeah, no worries. It would have been a logical moment indeed, but not being.
No, 100%. I probably would prompt my team to take him one just to relax. I think we did do that against.
You tried to do it without tech pulse, Mr. Jack.
No, what you were fretting about. I stick to the rules.
Yeah,
I was away from my keyboard. Maybe I just didn't see the message.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that can happen, of course. I also sometimes have to message that I don't have to bring up kind of subjects, and I still do. Nah, joking. But
Yes,
no,
sir.
it was an interesting game for sure, and you did it, and it was effective as well. Sadly, not super effective, but the start was pretty good when you started the first round in Ireland.
Yeah. True. Anyways, Highland once again, our favorite map is being brought, and this is the penalty round, guys. If we do see a tie, we will be watching another round. But if one of these teams win, that is it. GG. One of them will be proceeding into the Champions League stage, where the other one will be awarded with top 16 and Gladiator. Both these teams are very worthy. I feel like it's unfortunate that the lineup was what it was, but you know it happens, and there's always another opportunity.
Exactly. In half a year time, we will sit here in once again a major, maybe with new names, probably with new names, maybe with some of the same.
We're named as Punch Junior. There we go. Or Punch
Punch
Advance.
Junior. Yeah, okay. Punch Junior and Punch both being in top 8, of course. New new meta there.
Oh yeah, you want to join?
Yeah, to be honest,
Nah, you don't. You don't. Trust me.
it depends. If I'm playing
they're
with
great guys. They're great guys.
oh yeah, good. I'm very glad you back yourself up there.
Some of them.
Nah, but if the right people ask me, and with the right people, I mean people that I want to play with, not people that are good. I'm not in a position to play in a good team. But then I will definitely consider it. But to just go to the hassle with finding starter teams that you are with the same skill level and all that struggle to communicate and stuff like that, that's already enough for me to say no.
Yeah, true. I feel you. I'll be right back. So Ranky, but
Yeah, no worries. There's not a lot of happening in the meantime, for sure. But maybe this will be the round where I will see a capture. So far, we are seeing Cutwit and Overdrive being ready to use. We see on the other side, we see CJ that can totally block that Overdrive from, because CJ is using here on 2 people. Nice stun, only damage. But yeah, what can you say about this map? It's just a bit weird. We see an aggressive start by Default though, with Proximo pulling this flag but not getting it out of the base once again. SVG doing so much damage. That's the problem with Hunter choosing to play with a hammer on this map. That hammer is so effective on short range, and you have a lot of short range battles on this map. So the damage per second is really, really high here. But yep, I don't know.
yeah, 100%. We're seeing an overdrive box dropping. Chili's going to be using it. Does help look, and this will be assisting Medellin as well. Oh, it hits the wall there. Cuss has his Viking OD. He's not going to be using his no repair. Chili, blocks. No, he doesn't. This is still good. Chili using once again. There's only Mr. Yakov, and he gets taken out. And what a comeback this is for Default. I mean, they were kind of on the losing streak in the first beginning of the game, and obviously this is the first penalty, and the first capture we've seen on Highlander. This is the third round of this map, so it's quite intriguing to see. But with that being said, only Medellin has his OD to kind of neutralize an attack coming in from Instrumental, Mr. Yakov, Cuss, SVJ, and Zen1. Will that be enough?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of counterplay options here from Default. Default, of course, with a position that they don't have to focus too much on defense, because what are they going to lose?
Exactly.
Or Default, I should say potatoes. Sorry.
Yeah, potatoes. I was about to correct you, but I was a bit zoned out for a second there. This map makes my brain tumble.
Yeah, after 3 rounds, seeing the exactly same camera position as well, because there's not a lot to switch to here.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it just so I feel like I'm watching a different map.
Just add some shortcuts so you can click around.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, you're right. I mean, with these OD boxes now, I feel like maybe meddling could use on 3 players or 2 players, but instrumental going to be using middle.
Okay.
Does well to take that next one, but Zen one going to be using Paladin Cuss coming in with a Viking. This is looking really good. SVJ does get taken out. Zen one still alive, going to be picking up the flag. Cuss still with his Viking OD. Look, is no repair, but Medellin really neutralizing it and gets the return, but a nice OD from instrumental, allowing Cuss to stay alive enough to pull this flag. But will he get taken down on the top? And he does. Oh, so demoralizing.
Oh, that was so close to a great opportunity for Potatoes. A bit of luck involved for Default as well to get a return mid attack there. That was way too close for comfort though. But a lot of ODs being used, so last 4.5 minutes on the board. The first 2 will be thrown away, I think. So the time pressure already is pretty high for Potatoes right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Potatoes, they like I said, they really have nothing to lose. They've got 4 minutes, and that is it. They want to tie this round, preferably, or even more so, win it. But I don't know. Default are doing really good right now, just defending here. You're right about that Hunter Thunder. Hunter Thunder. I always say that, don't I?
That's a lovely
Hunter
combo.
Hammer. Yeah, Hunter Hammer. That's your combo, isn't it? But
Yeah, Hunter
Hunter
Thunder or
Hammer.
Smokey, for sure. But Hunter Hammer, indeed, the damage per second is quite insane.
Yeah.
Hunter is such a versatile hill as well. I don't know. It's probably the best hill in the game.
I completely agree with you there. I mean, you can really stop things from happening. Overdrives, stunning players, making players no repair, or even killing them. So it's definitely one of those ones to watch out for. And talking about Hunter, we did see CJ use and take. So once again, it's kind of a setback for Potatoes. Will they be able to push through though in these golden moments for them, or will they be shattered? Because this is 3 minutes left, and even though Potatoes have decent mid control, we see instrumental SVJ and Cuss. Cuss is getting focused so hard right now. Proximo is only 1 HP. He's trying to get that repair, and he does. But regardless of the fact, look at the defense coming in from Default. I keep forgetting their name. It's such a simple name, but I'm like overthinking it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just not a name that you think about.
Yeah.
When you say it's a Default team, it sounds like an insult, but it's just a name.
Yeah, for real, kind of.
But yeah, it's still better than writing punch with a C.
Okay, bruv.
Sorry, Jack. Still sorry.
That actually was me as well. It wasn't.
No, you just copied my message. So no worries. But
no, I mean, what's it called? Even naming the name Punish or whatever. It was like supposed to be punishment, but like a shorter version. But it's kind of cringe now thinking of it. But
no, Punch is a nice drink though. Okay,
yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie, it is. But anyways, 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining, and look at Chile just waiting. We see a bit more of a attack coming in from Default within these last couple seconds. And this is crucial. Proximo could even use here and just kind of use on either Yakov or people who are going to be attacking here. They've got a bit of that back defense like Chile and CJ with their Hunter and Eris ODs, so they don't have to worry if that Viking OD does go to waste. However, what will occur will be shown within this remaining 100 seconds.
Yeah, a bit less even. Time pressure is really high for Potatoes right now. They have some ODs on the board right now as well. But not a lot. Let's see what they can show us here. It's looking really good for Default. And after 7 rounds and after some good wins as well, I think they will be a earned winner of top 8.
Yeah.
But it's not as far yet. We still have 45 seconds to go.
I mean, I think we can all agree that this game has been such a joy to watch. It's just unfortunate that one team has to lose, but that's esports in the end of the day. And talking about esports, meddling using on 2 players. Oh, Cuss nearly taking him out. Zen 1, no repair, popping his OD. Chili's there with Proximo. Oh, Mr. Yakov landing onto Chili, but an OD coming in from Instrumental. Cuss is losing his mind to live here. Going to be raining down shots, but 10 seconds is not enough. It's going to pull top again, even though Instrumental had an OD, and we've got a new crown team of Star, which is Default.
Yeah, exactly. What a game! What a game!
What a game! I mean, couldn't have said it better. It's unfortunate for our lovely EM viewers to see this happen, but yeah, it just wasn't their day. Even though both these teams played incredible, I think we can agree that they're both worthy of it in the end.
Yeah, exactly. And it was 7 rounds needed until we could decide their score. But
Exactly.
yeah, massive congrats to Default for getting into top 8, to getting Star at least, and to start their journey in the champion stage. Let's see. Third place is still a wild card. It all depends on how players will face each other. So with a bit of luck, you can shoot pretty high this season. And still, congratulations for Default. Not for Potato. Sorry, not the score they hoped for. Probably, but still a very nice result after where they were in last major rankings. It's insane what they have made. But Default winning from both big EN teams, from your team and Default, and from Potato, so they are kind of the EN killer right now.
Yeah, these Russian teams are really knocking us out. It sucks, but you know what? Next summer major, we'll be back. Maybe me again, and you, Frankie, hopefully.
Depends. Nah. If I will be back, I will definitely be stuck in challenger stage. So don't worry.
Now if you come with us, come on, bro.
Yeah. Anyways, if I'm bench with you.
Yeah. Let's go. Free play.
Yeah. Exactly.
Congratulations to both Potatoes and Punish on losing. And in seriousness, congratulations to all these teams. You've played tremendous today. Tomorrow we're going to be streaming Non-Stop versus Banditos, which is a well-renowned game we're going to be witnessing as well, along with today's. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll be there. And with that being said, good night. Any last words from you?
Yeah, thank you, Kathy, for broadcasting this one. Thank you, Jack, for joining this one. If I would have done this alone, it will be a long day. So lovely.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
I can't come sooner. Peace, guys.
I keep on running back to you.